Hello, naughty friends. Today I'm going to be pulling an oracle card and 2 tarot cards to inspire me on my next art journal page. Okay, first I will pull from the Whispers of the Ocean, and we will have Love Where You Are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. And the 2 tarot cards. Son of Cups and Strength. So the first thing I do is write out the meaning of the cards. So for instance, Love Where You Are, it's a clam. So this card means if you're nervous planning your next step, tune into observing your observations, your senses, like be in the moment. Allow your intuition to guide you while waiting to make the next step. And clams live in the mud, and so it's a very strong connection to earth. So it reminds us to ground, to meditate, to find out, listen inwards for our next step. The Son of Cups is the Knight of Cups, and it's about artistic endeavors. And I wrote down, step into what you love to do. And is that really the Holy Grail? Just living in the moment and doing what you love. And Strength, with this lion here, is about inner strength, emotional and mental strength, the patience. The courage is found in your heart, not in your muscles, and your heart is a muscle as well. And then what I like to do is what stands out in these cards for me. I love the way that the clam, the flow of the clam, shape of clam, like the wigglies. And I do like the little circles in here. I don't know whether they're tentacles or they're not perfect shaped circles, but they're rings, I guess. Rings and circles are standing out to me. And I do like the seaweed or the coral or whatever is behind the plant life behind. I'll put down. I like the shape of it, the color of it behind the clam. And for the Son of Cups and Strength, what stands out is the glowing of the cup and the sun. And I'm just writing down what stands out. It's not necessarily going to go into my mixed media piece. Glowing of cup and the sun. Oops, I almost wrote sun because of the Son of Cups. The rose and the infinity sign for now. And before I even start cutting paper, I will write down what I want the energy of this piece to take shape as, and I'll write it in affirmation form. So what I'm going to put down for these 3 cards is I allow my intuition to guide me. And this is just a normal pencil. I allow my intuition to guide me, and I step into my courage and strength. Courage, strength, and patience, I will put. I step into my courage, strength, and patience, and will know exactly when and what my next step is. I'll show you the paint colors I'm going to start with. So I've got a couple of blues, white, orange, and red. because I like the blues, and this kind of looks orangey red to me. So, but I'm not going to paint a clam. I'm going to just start now with doing swirls. Start with the blue, lighten it up a bit, and swirl. So I don't really think about what the end product is going to look like at this point in time. And just following my intuition. Going with the flow. Red and blue make purple. So going through my bits of papers and papers I've made and scrapbook papers, I picked out a few that I thought it just jumped out at me actually to do with these. This is like watercolor on music paper, and this would represent that using my intuition. I do like hands. Not saying that you need a crystal ball to have intuition, but it represents intuition. This piece of paper that I made with stencils and other paints a long time ago, I thought represented the flow. I can see what I don't even know what a clamshell looks like, but it reminded me of clamshells. It reminds me of the swirls. There's circles in it, so that's what represents the clam. And oddly enough, I had this piece of paper with the swan, which I thought was great because it has the swan, the sun, what I thought of as it's actual earth plants, not sea plants, but it kind of reminded me of the plant life that stood out to me. So I'm going to definitely use this. And I found this piece of paper that I made a long time ago too, and it has the circles, the rings from the clam, and it had a little bit of yellow that stood out to me in the sun and the cup. So those are the papers I'm going to start with. So I'm just going to start tearing this paper. Not sure where it's going to go yet. So now I have some bubble wrap that I've different sizes. I got small and big. So I'm going to start with the big and add some of what I think are the ring circles in the clam. So here and there. Now some of the little okay, that's good enough. I got some on the card. Okay, so now I have a stencil that I think kind of represents the grass there, and I'm just going to place it here and there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe I'll put even straight there. Okay. In the corner. Put one going into the swan. Okay, that's good. I'm going to draw in some circles with the China marker. It doesn't matter where, I'm just, it's not perfect circles, just like the clam. I know my paint's not dry yet, but there's a few circles. And let's do some dots here and there. Okay, that dot's a bit too much for me. I'll probably splash the page after to represent some more of that. Okay. Okay, I've added some squigglies, so I'm just going to go over some squigglies. Go with the flow. I got a few shells out, and although these aren't the clams of the Great Barrier Reef, which is what this clam is from, these are from Canada, the eastern shores. So clams come in all shapes and form as well. But I think what I'm going to do is do shells for this to have the strength to get out of your shell. Okay, I'm just going to trace the shells, and then I'll paint them. dots from the just in a few of the rows. That's all right. Just a small one. Okay, so I wrote out my quote. I used a little bit of stamping and my own handwriting. And I put some gold in because I want to bring in some of the gold or the shiny bits from the Sun of Cups, the Strength card, and the picture I pulled out of there. So I am just going to actually, just like that, just throw in some gold streaks throughout the page. And that brings in our gold. Okay. And I will glue down. Okay, so I allow my intuition to guide my next steps to get out of my shell. I'll put it all down here maybe. I don't want to cover up the swan. Let's do it this way. Oh, it doesn't look too bad, and I don't even have to keep it straight either. So I'm just going to get my glue stick. I allow. Oops, can't see the T. There we go. We'll have the steps going up. Take it out of my shell. Let's put that on a slant too. Whoops. Okay, let's put that separately then. That's there. So that is how I create a journal page out of drawing tarot cards and oracle card. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.